Look, I already recorded an entire segment to this video, like pretty much the entirety of it, and then I went to script it, and I just realized I wanted it to be a bit more raw, a little bit more unfiltered, so I'm gonna try and keep it as concise as possible. I don't want it to just be a throwaway commentary video sort of thing, but I want this to sort of show Zero's true character, because there's a lot of videos going around right now talking about the shit content that he makes, and you know, the egotistical tweets he makes, and how he kind of sort of talks shit about Veshremi after settling things with him publicly. Like, those are all, I understand those are all things that they shine through as a bad character, if that makes any sense. But I'm here today to tell you about the experience that I had with ZeroNeedsCoffee, the things that I've seen relating to ZeroNeedsCoffee before he blew up. Okay, so this isn't after the blow up. These are true character traits that I've seen from ZeroNeedsCoffee before he had the numbers, before any other exterior reason that people would put it on now in the videos that they're making, before any of that existed. This has always been who this guy is. This guy is a friend of no one, and I hope today I'm able to display that as well as possible. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into, I don't know, what am I titling this video? ZeroNeedsCoffee is way worse than you thought. Very polarizing title, I know.
Alright, if you don't know who Brion is, he is basically an accused pedophile, but you know, all those allegations went away. Good for him. But Zero was defending this guy like as if his life was on the line. Like, I mean, his exact words were how the small commentary community is a bunch of scumbags for even going after this guy. But then right when he realized he was gaining an audience, he said, nah, screw Brion, you're on your own. Zero is like Homelander. He cares about his image so much he will hurt others just to make it better. All for this so-called image that just got destroyed.
So Veshremi called out ZeroNeedsCoffee for basically copying his video word for word. Now Zero apologized for this and said that it won't happen again, and even offered to private the video. Veshremi said that he doesn't care if you private the video. However, while he said all those lovely nice things about Veshremi online, he had a different picture behind the scenes in DMs to me. LeMayo, bro, I don't give a fuck. That's a big shout out. I legit do not give a thanks for the clap. The fact he even cares, if I had 1,000 subs, he wouldn't. I'm gonna turn comments off on that video and keep moving. It's the fact I'm doing what he's doing, but I'm funnier than him and growing like he did. Thanks for pointing that out. Next time, DM me about shit like this, bro. The fact that there is such a big divide and difference between his online persona and social media persona really heavily concerns.
Now, as mentioned before, we all know the things about Zero that everybody's talking about recently. The egotistical tweets, the clear insecurity shining through at every turn. We all know of these things, right? But I want to talk about my experience, my engagements, my interactions with ZeroNeedsCoffee. And I think the most appropriate way to do that is to go back to the absolute very beginning. Back in about February of this year, I'd found a creator on YouTube that goes by the name of Sleepy. Now, I actually took an immediate liking to the guy's content because unlike most of you fucking degenerates in this community, he actually uses his face cam, and also, unlike the rest of this community, could probably pull a bitch. Anyways, jokes aside, me and Sleepy ended up getting in contact with each other after a few weeks of me commenting on his videos, and we ended up becoming quite good friends. I really miss the friendship that I had with that guy. I really do. Emotional gay shit aside, though, me and Sleepy, as we sort of started talking more and more, we realized the importance, and not only importance, but just how much fun it would be to have a thriving community of creators on the same level, you know, willing to help each other out, collaborate, keep up to date with news and stuff like that, all that different kind of stuff, right? All the benefits you can have from a network of like-minded individuals. And so we started going our separate ways and reaching out to other creators and stuff like that, and eventually it just kind of formed into this thing where one Discord server was made where we invited a bunch of these people because it was a place to talk, and then we made Discord group chats that made sort of like you know, separated wings of the community where people were like a little bit closer and stuff like that. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I do really miss those times. I'll be honest, those were very unproductive times. Not many of us got a lot done as far as creating stuff goes, because we spent just a lot of time being degenerates in Discord servers. Not the way you think, but just not doing anything, just spending our time in Discord servers watching bullshit memes, scrolling through Twitter. But it was around this time at the end of summer of 2022, after me and Sleepy had, you know, been friends for quite a while. We had gotten comfortable in this group chat situation that was going on. All these people would come in, and it was awesome. It was fun. If you've ever been in a Discord situation like that with other content creators. It is enjoyable until it gets degenerate, and degenerate it got. But we're getting there. At the start of summer 2022, a new creator would pop up in the group chat while we were all hanging out one day doing our normal thing by the name of ZeroNeedsCoffee. Now, I never knew this guy. I never heard of him. I never saw him recommended to me. He was a fairly new creator that rode the wave of the Meowba situation and rode all the way up to 5K subs. I looked at his channel, as you do if you know you're a commentator and you meet another commentator, you click on their Discord profile and look at their channel, and I did, and I was surprised to see the 5K subs. I was like, good on you. That's awesome. Holy crap. You may have milked something, but that's still really impressive that you were able to milk it like that. That takes work. Good shit. Yeah, I was like overall nice to him. There was never a point in which me and Zero had negatively interacted. Although I will say one thing that's a true testament to his character, I still believe to this day, and I believed it even back then. I just never really wanted to say anything because I didn't want to start confrontation with a guy I barely knew. I barely knew the guy because he only ever came into the Discord chats for 2 or 3 minutes at a time just to say, oh, are you guys streaming? Are you recording? Oh, well, I'm going to leave then. And he was never like that blatant about it, but a couple of us would be chilling in a Discord call, just hanging out, shooting the shit. We'd have been there for an hour or two, whatever the case is, not making content, not worrying about anything like that. And then Zero would show up, hang out for 2 or 3 minutes, ask if we're making content or if we're streaming, and then he would dip out because we're not streaming. And if this is something that happened once in a while, I'd be fine with it. Like, everybody has shit to do. I get that. We are all chasing the same goal here, chasing the same bag, basically. But this is every single time, and there's a reason he's the person in the group that I least interacted with, and it's for that reason. He wanted nothing to do with any of us, seemingly, unless it had something to do with content, and he certainly wanted nothing to do with me unless it had to do with content, because the guy barely fucking spoke a word to me until, you know, some shit started kicking up between me and Sleepy. Anyways, we're getting there. Now, we're about to seemingly veer off track a little bit, but I assure you we are getting to the point eventually, so just bear with me, okay? This story has a lot of layers. Anyways, back in summer of 2022, I was streaming a lot. Like, I was working 40-hour work weeks at my regular job and probably streaming a minimum of 30 hours a week. So I was on my grind. I was doing a lot of work in summer of 2022. I miss the feeling of ultra productivity like that, and being able to see the results. It was crazy. I was starting to see a lot of traction. But enough reminiscing. During that time period, I had done a stream with a creator that I had previously had beef with in the community that goes by the name of Mr. Sen, who I to this day think is a degenerate scumbag. I don't know how an audience exists for people that make content like he does. But I was doing a normal stream one day when the topic of mine and Sen's beef had come up, and long story short, he ended up in a call with me live on stream. During this call, we ended up quote unquote squashing the beef, and this ended up leading into him asking me a question. That question would be, did you feel like you lost anything of value when you stopped being friends with the guys and I? The guys being in reference to his other friends. I told him that no, I don't feel like I lost anything of value when I stopped being friends with them. It would be like if I lost contact with Sleepy or Ween. And that was my biggest mistake. I'll run the clip for you guys and let you be the judge of it for yourselves. I never meant it like I dislike these guys or I hate them or that I value them any less than I've displayed that I value them. It was my fuck up, and I apologize to Sleepy and Ween for saying that day. And I'll own that till the day I stop uploading content. I fucked up in that situation. I simply did not think before I spoke in that situation, and that's what really fucked me over.
Well, let me ask you a question. And feel free to answer as honestly as possible. I'm not trying to make you sound like a dick out of this whole thing, but I just want to know.
For sure.
Did you feel like you lost a friendship that you kind of valued before?
Like with you and the boys?
Yeah.
I don't mean this in a way to offend you, but like it was just water off my back. It would be the same thing if I like lost contact with Sleepy or Ween. It's like you guys, y'all are internet friends.
Buster. Fucking brutal shit.
I got a life. I'm sorry, guys.
You're brutal, man. You are kind of cool.
Like they're all great. They're all great. But
and you
I don't
love
treasure them.
So that says a lot. Yeah.
So, as I mentioned before, Ween wasn't too upset when he saw this clip, simply because he did take into account the fact that I'm a live streamer, and sometimes I'm not going to think exactly what I'm saying through. You know, you may be sitting on the other side of the screen, sitting there thinking, oh, how do you not know exactly what you're saying every single... Well, dude, I was streaming like a lot back then, so it's like it's bound to happen where you're going to say something stupid every now and then. And that was just one of those things. Me and Ween had only known each other a couple months at this point, but me and Sleepy had known each other for well over 6 months. We become quite good friends, and rightfully so, he took this to heart. I'm not gonna say that he handled it the best way, because it was a fairly tame statement basically what I was trying to say was I have a lot going on in my fucking personal life, and I need to, for my personal well-being, make the distinction between people I hang out with in a Discord call and people that I can hang out with, network with, benefit from being around in real life. You know what I mean? And so that's just where my head was at that point. But this is all leading back around to Zero, believe it or not. Now, all of this drama had happened between me and Sleepy in a very short period of time before me and him had gone our separate ways. This wasn't your classic commentary drama. This was one individual that was genuinely hurt and upset by something another individual said. And I don't think Sleepy would deny that either. This was honestly just a little bit of trolling, a little bit of commentary-esque bullying bullshit. I left the group chat and me and him parted ways. It wasn't your typical commentary drama until someone decided to jump in and make it your typical commentary drama. That person being none other than ZeroNeedsCoffee. Now, look, dude, okay? If something seriously crazy is going on in the commentary community, somebody touched a kid, some EDP situation happens, if something wild to that level is happening, I understand trend hopping like that. I get it. That is a big brain business move, and many people have made their careers by doing that and actually taking action and jumping on situations like that. But this is scummy, dude. Nobody knows me. Nobody knows Sleepy, and Zero just immediately hops on this and is like, interpersonal drama? I'm gonna jump on that, and starts working on and announcing a video that he's going to be smearing me in a situation that he knows nothing about. Keeping in mind, I've barely ever fucking spoke to this dude for more than 5 minutes at a time. He doesn't know what's going on. He's having a bunch of stuff fed into him from an angry Sleepy and a bunch of other people that Sleepy'd been talking to, right? Like, there's no way he knew this situation through and through objectively. There's absolutely no way. And he hops on the bandwagon. A bandwagon that he created, might I add. This is drama that he perpetuated by announcing a video, causing other people to go on and make videos about me, all in a situation where Sleepy had already backed off. You know, this drama was between me and Sleepy initially, and now you have all these other people that hopped in on it. Sleepy, I actually do. I was a bit of a dick back at the time, and maybe I wasn't thinking things through properly. I thought Sleepy was, you know, kind of encouraging it, maybe subtly, maybe, you know, not so subtly. I don't believe that anymore, because these people are fucking vultures, because they just immediately hopped on it. And when I take a step back now, without all the emotion involved and look through a more objective lens, it doesn't look like Sleepy was doing that. It really does just look like a bunch of clout-hungry losers pointing their fingers at me, calling me a clout chaser. And I tell you, dude, that situation was really fucked up to be in, because that was their main criticism of me at the time, and it was actually working very well against me. People were taking me less and less seriously by the day, but every time I approached these guys and said, why? What makes you believe I'm a clout chaser? What have I done to make you believe I'm a clout chaser? Oh, well, you're super nice, right? You just come off like overly nice. So the criticism is that I'm nice? I'm a nice guy? That's why I'm a clout chaser? Well, no, I just think you're just like nice like that to get in. But I've spoken to a lot of like larger creators before, and I never switch up how I act. I'm overall just a nice dude. I like to laugh. I like to have fun in the Discord calls. Oh, well, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you're just a clout chaser. You just give off clout chaser vibes, and this is like what I got for weeks on end. I just think you're a clout chaser. This clip is from a stream of mine that I had Flavio on, who's a younger guy in the community. He's always looked at these situations a little bit more objectively than the rest of them, and I've always appreciated that about him. But this, in particular, he was narrative writing. He was trend hopping.
People are calling you a clout chaser, and I don't think you're a clout chaser.
Yeah, I think quite a few people that I've spoken to don't actually think I'm a clout chaser. That's just some bullshit narrative that's been spun.
The drama all started off because water off a duck's like off a little joke or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not that deep. Buster, I respect both you and Sleepy. I respect Sleepy a lot, right? I respect you. I like the both of you. I think you guys are pretty chill. But I do agree with Sleepy when he says you do give off traits of being a social climber.
I don't think I've ever given out traits of being a social climber. I've really only ever been a genuine guy to the people around me and shit. I had a bit of a warped perception of what my current relationships with the people that I talked to online was. I feel like I've explained myself and I feel like I've rectified it at that point, and if people don't want to accept that, then like there's really nothing I can do. You know what I mean?
Personally, I think you're a pretty wholesome guy, Buster. Okay, I don't think you mean to do any harm. I think you just like do it without realizing. You get what I mean? Like, you're a nice person, but like you definitely do you social climb without noticing it.
Well, you're absolutely free to think that, I guess, but I would disagree for sure.
And see, this was pretty much the consensus of me being a social climber from the majority of the community that I was involved in. Zero evidence to provide, zero situations, zero clips, zero actual fucking proof. And you're gonna sit there and be like, how do you prove somebody's a social climber? Well, they didn't do a very good fucking job, but it still somehow worked. Like, let me just break that down for you. I think you do social climb without realizing it. What do you mean? It's almost like I'm just a good guy and I benefit from it. Are you fucking retarded? Like, this is, again, the general consensus from the community at this point. Well, I think you're just a nice guy so that you can get in with, other people. It's almost like I'm just a good guy and you're a piece of shit. And while this message has extended far beyond ZeroNeedsCoffee, it is also still directed at him because he was a large purporter of this narrative. There are so many different people's names that I could have used in this title, but I figured with Zero being called out for his shady, egotistical, just ignorant behavior, I figured it would be good timing to come out and, show what kind of guy he really is as well, and explain his involvement in this drama. ZeroNeedsCoffee decided to involve himself in a situation he knew nothing about in order to benefit from it. He's one of the worst individuals I think I've ever met on this platform, because at least the other people that were involved in that drama had some idea as to what initially took place. Zero had no fucking clue. He knew what he had heard from other people. And when you're making a fucking hit piece on somebody, doing everything you can to smear their credibility, I feel like most people would value the facts in that situation regardless of what's happening. Like, if Zero wasn't a child mentally, he would have taken a step back and realized maybe I shouldn't try and ruin this guy's image in a community where realistically he has more relevance and potential than I do currently, stunt his YouTube growth altogether, all because I want to purport some bullshit narrative that I don't know if I have all the facts in to try and get as many views as possible off of. And it didn't even work. That's the lowest viewed video on his channel. Bro compromised his fucking integrity and all for nothing. This is some of the most toxic fucking behavior I've ever seen on the internet. And this is coming from somebody who literally preaches for internet toxicity, because I think it is fucking fun, but ruining something somebody spent over a year fucking building, putting their heart and soul into, which is the case in my situation. But yeah, I just don't know, dude. I feel like somehow there should be a little bit more of a thought process that goes into that. How much time has this guy put into his channel? Am I really about to fucking do this? Am I really about to smear this guy's fucking name off some bullshit that I heard from somebody else? Like, if I'm going into a situation that I don't have all the facts on and that could potentially smear my name, I go and get all the facts. This dude didn't even fucking care when it was gonna affect somebody else. Like, that's fucked up. Is that not fucked up? How are we at a point in this goddamn community where people are looking at situations like this and just, like, acting as if it's acceptable? You know what I mean? Treating creators with shady, manipulative, toxic fucking tendencies and just pushing them forward, you know what I mean? Actually, funnily enough, in relation to that, that's what we've been doing with Salvo over the past fucking almost year, and look where that got us. He's now one of the most degenerative motherfuckers we've heard of in this community for a long goddamn time. I mean, we already saw all the shit at the start of the video. He's a fucking fake piece of shit. Veshremi and him have an interaction on Twitter where he's like, oh yes, sorry, Mr. Veshremi, sir. I'll go ahead and private the video if you want. Gargling on his cock. And then he goes in Discord DMs and it's like, he's just mad because I'm better than him. Zero, you need to get your fucking head out of your ass. You have zero self-awareness, zero social capabilities. Clearly, everybody has come to fucking hate you over the past couple of months. And all I gotta say to finish this segment off is what goes around comes around, you little bitch. As I'm recording the in conclusion section to this video, it is the next day. I've spoken to a lot of different people over the past 12 hours or so, and there's a lot more that I haven't even talked about in this video that Zero's been doing for pretty much the entire time he's been on YouTube. Zero, I know you're going to be watching this video, and I promise you, you should be shaking in your boots right now. There are people in this community that have so much on you, it is unironically not even funny. You're a fake piece of shit that hops on any situation you can, regardless of the people that you may burn, simply for your own benefit. You've let your ego overinflate to such a ridiculous point with the couple 100,000 subs you've got from spamming YouTube shorts. Not trying to grandstand, but your social etiquette is just absolutely not there. And for somebody that was calling me an egotistical clout chaser no more than a couple of months ago, it's really ironic the traits that you're willing to display so openly and shamelessly now. Look, dude, I got tired of your shit the second you decided to try and make a hit piece and smear my name without barely even fucking knowing me or anything about the situation. And more people are getting tired of your shit every day. This video that I just made, I don't know what impact it's gonna have, but I assure you, it's only going to be a modicum of the impact that is coming your way. As mentioned, you have burned every single individual that has ever interacted with you in good faith. More and more stuff is gonna come to light, Zero, okay? I promise you that. And no one likes interacting with people that display the character traits that you display. Honestly, I don't even know how to end this video off, so I'll leave you guys, and ZeroNeedsCoffee in particular, with a simple quote. What you put into the universe is what you will receive.